Hey y'all, welcome back to our channel. I'm Chris.
And Ralph,
And today we are going to be doing a ranking video on what, Ralphie?
the DCEU.
Yes, sir. So right now there are 11 projects. Ralphie, you have 12.
Oh,
Oh, because you put... Okay, we'll get to that later.
okay.
But we are going to be ranking the DCEU projects. So these are the projects that have come out before James Gunn and Peter Safran have taken over DC Studios, and thank goodness, because I cannot wait to see what they're going to do
Yeah.
with now the DCU.
Yep.
But
I'm looking forward for
yes,
the reboot.
yes, me too. And hopefully in a few days, maybe even today, who knows, that James Gunn will announce some movies, the slate, or things like that.
Yeah.
But we can just be patient.
Yeah.
But what were we gonna say?
I'm guessing seeing some couple projects for the early start of the reboot.
Yeah, most likely announce the Superman project, which is already basically announced. And there's some other stuff. But this video that you're watching right here is about the DCEU. So we're gonna go one by one in our rankings, starting from the worst, working our way up into the best to our favorites. Disclaimer: these are our opinions. If you disagree with them, then okay, that's your opinion. But this is our list and what we prefer. And me and him, we have different lists. Some of the movies are on the same spots, but some of them are not. But let's go ahead and let's get into it. All right, Ralph. Do you want to go ahead and start us off?
You can start.
No, well, I usually start us off. You go.
Okay, are we going to do first or last?
No, the worst, the last one.
The 12th, I think this gotta be one of the worst DCEU film is the 2016 Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Like, even though it's been like a while since I last seen it, let's say the movie wasn't that great.
It has a lot of issues.
Yeah, a lot of issues.
Story, pacing, everything.
Yeah. Despite some great casting like Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like overall it wasn't that great.
Yeah, and then for me, I'll go ahead and start mine off at number 11. I have 2016 Suicide Squad. So this movie I thoroughly do not enjoy. That's why it's the last place movie. I feel that this script is all over the place. It has a narrative, but at times it just seems to try to be a music video instead of an actual movie. And that's one of the biggest problems that I have. Like what Ralphie mentioned, the casting is pretty good. I really enjoy the casting. Margot Robbie, I absolutely love as Harley Quinn. Will Smith, I really enjoy seeing on screen as Deadshot. I like the take that he put on it. And there's other great cast members like what's his name? Jai Courtney as Boomerang, which I think he's a really good Boomerang because Boomerang is snarky, arrogant, and he's Aussie, and then Jai Courtney just captures all that. So, all right, Ralphie, we'll go ahead and go into our next ones, which I see we have different ones on our list. So go ahead and go.
So, number 11 is, of course, another... Wait.
No, this is... Where's your list? Here, just go off of mine.
Okay.
Because yours isn't showing. Okay, that's your list right there in the bottom.
Okay, so number 11 is, of course, Batman versus Superman.
Okay.
So yeah, like the pacing. Well, yeah, there's some moments are great.
Yeah.
Like such as some Batman moment, which is great captures of the character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And and let's see what else. Like for me though, there's some great moments in there, but I think that the pacing.
The pacing's off for you. The story or what?
Don't know, but let's just say it gotta be an okay film.
It's an okay film to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty, so next on my list at number 10 is Man of Steel, which was the first movie of the DCEU way back in 2013, so 10 years ago.
Yep.
So we were introduced to the DCEU starting off with Superman, who was played by Henry Cavill, directed by Zack Snyder. So I know a couple of people personally who have this one at the top of their list, which, I hear their reasons and all that, but it's hard for me to see what they see, I guess. I feel like Man of Steel for me, it's really hard to get into. It's slow at the beginning, and then obviously I understand, it's Clark Kent becoming Superman, even though yes, he has his powers. He has his first flight, which I think is a really dope visual scene to look at. But I am not a fan of the way that Superman is portrayed in this film. Henry Cavill, I enjoy seeing him as Superman because he does look like Clark Kent. He does look like a Superman, but I don't enjoy this take on Superman. The dark and just groggy and just very just low energetic type of movie. I'm not here for it. And the ending, I have a massive problem with the way that they destroyed Metropolis. And I hear the argument all the time, well, because he didn't know his powers. And yes, that totally makes sense. But they didn't have, in terms of the story, in terms of script, they didn't have to kill thousands of people. But that's just me. I'm not a fan of Man of Steel. All right, what's next for you, Ro?
Okay, number 10 is of course Man of Steel.
Okay.
So yeah, the flight scene of him practicing flight, I think that scene is great.
Yeah.
And like of course the way what they portray is, for me though, it's like it doesn't feel like a Superman.
It doesn't feel like Superman to you.
And what yes is how they portray him as a dark. Well, yes, sometimes it have to be. Some moments need to be dark, but like not like all the way.
Yeah,
dark.
I get you.
Like, yeah. For Man of Steel though, it's of course another okay film.
It's an okay film to you?
Yeah. I would say yeah. Next.
That's all? Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so coming in at number 9, which I am surprised I don't have last. But looking through my list, I put it here at number 9, which is Black Adam, which is the latest / maybe the last. Well, it's the last DCEU movie from this slate going past. And so we see Dwayne The Rock Johnson make his screen debut as Black Adam, which is a film that he has been trying to make for about a decade. Has been in production for several years. Going into this film, after seeing a couple of trailers, I genuinely had a bad feeling that this movie was not going to be good. And that feeling for me was correct. I do not enjoy this film. But with that being said, what's somewhat of the saving grace for this film is the actual cinematography and the action. I think, like Man of Steel, to give it credit, although I don't enjoy the third act of the film, I still think it's that fight choreography, the actual fighting, was actually pretty decent. Was pretty cool. Black Adam, I feel like it had the same thing with Dwayne Johnson's Black Adam facing off against the JLA. Not JLA. Justice Society. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I just don't really enjoy this film. I think there are characters in this film that I think that if you would have left them out, it would have been a better film. I.e. the family, the kid and his mom and her brother. I think they weighed down the film for me personally. And those are my thoughts on Black Adam. Okay. All right, next.
So number 9 is of course Black Adam.
Yeah, so I told you we do have a quite a bit that are similar, but there are some differences.
Yeah. So Black Adam though, well yes, as those moments are great. Like the cinematography.
There you go.
Yeah, and the casting of Justice Society are great casting though.
Yeah.
Like, what was his name as Hawkman?
I forget the actors' names, but Hawkman, I forget his name. The actor that played him, but Pierce Brosnan plays Dr. Fate.
Yeah, like perfect casting.
Yeah.
And those moments are good, but I think the pacing could have been better.
I get you. Yeah, I feel like what a lot of people have said, and whenever they said it, you like, oh, I can see that it's a '90s type of film,
Yeah.
but it's 2023. Well, 2022 when it came out in October.
Yeah.
It just doesn't fit me personally.
Okay.
Anything else you want to add?
So Black Adam, I think the film is alright.
Okay,
Your turn.
that's it. Okay, alrighty. Let me check my list. All right, so next up on my list is Wonder Woman 84 at number 7. If you're watching this film, you're probably already mad at me because I have Wonder Woman 84 over a couple of films previously listed. There are two issues with this movie. I think it was the... Oh, let me give this... Oh, okay, we just had to pause it real quick, cast that thing in the background. So yeah, Wonder Woman 84. Sorry about that quick cut. Two things I have issues with is the storyline with Trevor being possessed in another man's body. I think that's super weird. And then also, I think Cheetah was very underutilized in this film. What I really enjoy about this film is two things. I think the color grading is really dope, which actually adds vibrance and character to this movie. It adds life to it. And then also, I think the action sequences with Wonder Woman, I really enjoyed the mall scene at the beginning of the film. And then the chase scene, I don't know what country, I think it was somewhere in the Middle East, where she's chasing like military vehicles and then Trevor's with her and things like that. Those two set pieces, those action set pieces, I think are really dope and I really enjoy watching them. And I've rewatched Wonder Woman 84 multiple times. I think I've watched it maybe 4 or 5 times, which is more than some other films on this list that were previously listed. And yeah, is it a great film? No, but I really enjoy watching it. So that's number 7, Wonder Woman 84. All right, Ruffy.
So yeah, number 8 is of course
Okay, all right, go.
Justice League, the 2021, the Zack Snyder Justice League.
Okay.
So for me though, I liked it a bit more than BVS or Man of Steel.
Okay.
And this scenes, even though are great,
Yeah.
like such as the cyber scene,
Yeah.
the Flash running scene, the reverse scene.
At the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and like everything else, my moments in there, I actually enjoyed it.
Okay.
And I think in the film it's gotta be it be good. For me though, I think the movie it's just good.
It's good.
Yeah.
Well, that's fair. That's fair.
So yeah. Zack Snyder Justice League, a good movie.
Okay.
Your turn.
My turn. Okay. I just realized I said number 7 and I skipped number 8. So this next one is number 8. All right, it's number 8, which is obviously, after number 7. At number 8, I have BVS. I totally skipped it. I totally forgot about that. I do apologize about that. But BVS, where do I start? First off, I enjoy the extended cut more than theatrical cut. I think that's a really saving grace of this film is that the extended cut is better. But this movie's depressing. It's not fun. Not at one point do I smile, and I shouldn't not smile or at least have somewhat of a good time watching a movie that has Batman and Superman, the two biggest heroes in the DC brand. And for that to not even accomplish a simple smile for me, it really hurts this movie. Ben Affleck as Batman, I think he's a pretty good Batman. He's not. I don't think he's in my top 3. He was at 3, but I think But that's another list.
Yeah.
I think for me, the worst part of this movie and the worst part in I think any comic book movie for me personally is the Martha scene. Is the why did you say that name, Martha scene? When I saw this back in 2015, not 2015, when did it come out? 2016?
Yeah.
2016 or 15? I don't remember. When I saw it around that time, I rolled my eyes out of my skull. I did not like that scene at all. So that's BVS. Things that I do like, that warehouse scene, obviously it's iconic Batman scene. Dope choreography, dope fighting. I think it's a dope way to show Batman ruthless. But even with that grid of a scene, it's not enough to make BVS any better of a film for me. All right, Rafi. So that's my number 8. I did number 7, which is Wonder Woman 84. So you go ahead and go into your next one at number 7.
Number 7 is, of course, Wonder Woman, the 2017 movie.
Okay.
So, yeah, the movie, though, I enjoyed it.
You enjoyed it?
Yeah. I did think the movie is pretty good, though. Or, like the cinematography.
Yeah, the cinematography. There you go.
Great. The action scene's great. And of course, the casting, like, have Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, Chris Pine as
Trevor. Yeah.
And yeah, but everything about it, I think the movie's actually pretty good.
That's good. That's fair.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, 10.
My turn? Okay. All right, at number 6 for me as well is Wonder Woman. So I thoroughly enjoy it more than Wonder Woman 84. That battle scene where she walks onto the World War One battlefield, I think is very iconic. Whenever she arises from the trenches, iconic scene. A bunch of the movie, whenever it takes place in the mascara, I think is super dope to see the way that they portrayed the mascara in live action. And Gal Gadot, I really enjoy her as Wonder Woman. Outside of Wonder Woman, she's okay, but as Wonder Woman, I think she's pretty dope. The worst part of this movie, I would say, is probably the villain, which hurts a lot of superhero movies, which is usually the villain. And Wonder Woman is no different. Even though it is a great film in terms of cinematography, choreography, fighting, and I think it's a great story with a great character in Wonder Woman, I think the villain was lackluster and didn't leave anything on the table for you to be wanting more. But even with all that being said, I really enjoy Wonder Woman. So that's why I have it at number 6, which is right in the middle of my list. Okay, next, Ruffy.
So number 6 for me is, of course, Justice League, the 2017 movie.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, Justice League, like this one way I have to say this. This is the first DCEU movie I seen in theaters.
Yeah, I remember that.
So yeah. What do I think of it? Well, I guess seeing the pacing, which just seems that was kind of being reused from the first 2 Avengers movie.
Yeah.
And even when there was a scene whenever the Flash rescued the family, which it resembles under the later scene.
Yeah. From
the first Avengers movie. Whenever Captain America saved the family.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like one thing I kind of like though is the vibrant colored lighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one thing I actually do like for this one.
What?
It's the lighting.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to mention something else.
Yeah, and one thing I think is kind of hard to look at is the CGI
Yeah, the Henry Cavill CGI mustache was really bad.
Yeah, because like I'm not joking though. Like just 17 when I first watched it, I never noticed it till I heard it in 2020.
Of what was going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough scene to swallow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that opening scene in Justice League 2017, whenever he's looking at the camera, it's like, oh my gosh, that's horrible.
Yeah. So yeah, Justice League 2017 is gonna be an okay film.
Okay, Ralphie. All right. So next for me at number 5 is Zack Snyder's Justice League. So this is the only Justice League I have on my film, the 2017 one, because technically it should qualify. That's why Ralphie has 12 movies on his list and I don't. I think, the Zack Snyder's Justice League is infinitely better than the first one. And since it is a recut with extra footage that was added, I prefer the Zack Snyder's Justice League. So at number 5, Justice League, Zack Snyder. So even though it is 4 films, I think it flows in a majority of the movie. I really enjoy Cyborg as a character. His arc with Sias, his father, and then with his mother, and the backstory of how what happened to him and how he became Cyborg and all that. I think that's a very powerful scene, and I think Barry Allen, the Flash, he is my second favorite character in this movie because of the innocence that comes with Barry Allen. Today you don't use innocence with Barry Allen because of Ezra Miller, but this is about the movie.
Yeah, and the fictional character.
It's a fictional character. We're not getting into Ezra Miller right now. That's a whole other video.
Yeah.
If we ever make that, which we won't. But yeah, I think Barry Allen's the way that he's portrayed as innocent, childlike. I think it captures the essence of him being the comedic Justice League member. And then the rest of the Justice League, I feel that Batman, the way that the cut of him in this movie is way better to me than the 2017 one. And Wonder Woman, she adds gravitas as well. And then Aquaman, I think he's the same in both movies, just like the hoorah, let's just go and fight these, parademons type of thing. So nothing really changed with Aquaman to me personally. But I think, the 4 hours, it is enjoyable to watch. Can there things that could be cut? The singing scene with Aquaman in that village was like, what the hell? That wasn't necessary. But, I mean, that's the cut that, that was wanted. And that's the cut that we got. But overall, I really enjoy this movie. And, that ending sequence with Barry Allen reversing time.
Yeah.
Sort of like a Flashpoint type of thing. I really enjoyed that. So, yeah, number 5, Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Number 5 is, of course, Wonder Woman 84.
Alrighty.
So, yeah, this is one of my guilty pleasure DC film.
Okay.
And what yes, I understand, and the moment it seemed that were missed.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, I really enjoyed it. Like, the vibrant colors is like everything that should be, needs to be, a perfect, DC film.
Mm-hmm.
But not all of them, but like sometime.
Yeah.
And the mall scene, I actually enjoyed it.
Which one?
Yeah, the mall scene.
Oh yeah, the opening scene.
Yeah. For me though, 1.8 I enjoyed it. Gonna put this one underneath on. Just good.
Good film.
Yeah,
that's fair. That's fair.
Okay.
That's all for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. Coming in at number 4 is going to be Birds of Prey, which came out the beginning of 2020, and its theatrical run was cut short because of the pandemic. So we did not see this in theaters because we didn't get a chance to watch it in theaters. But when we saw it here at home on streaming, it's actually a really fun film. Like I had mentioned earlier, like what Ralphie mentioned earlier, we thoroughly enjoy Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn because I think she was the heart of that 2016 film. And then obviously she's the heart of this film because she's the featured character. And then obviously we get the rest of the Birds of Prey with Huntress, Black Canary, and then the cop, which I'm sorry I'm forgetting her name. But with that being said, I really enjoy the artistic approach that they took in this film. More of like a slap shot type of screen grab type of page puncher type of thing that they did with this movie, with some of the art and the sequences that they had. I think Black Mask is a pretty decent villain, not the strongest villain, but even with that, I watched this movie a bunch, not as much as my other films that I'm gonna list in this in my list, but Birds of Prey is really fun. I really enjoy it, and can't wait to see if they bring back Margot Robbie.
Okay.
All right,
So,
next, Ruffy.
Number 4 is of course Birds of Prey.
There you go.
So yeah, Birds of Prey. For me though, I enjoyed it. Like I just think this is gotta be like a great DCEU movie I seen.
Mm-hmm.
And also I think this is the first time on a DCEU that has an R rating.
Yeah, it is, and it's the second one.
I know. Oh, the first time.
No, but it's the second of all the DCEU movies to have an R rated.
I know because the BVS Ultimate Cut was
Oh yeah,
When
the
the,
BVS. They
yeah,
had a couple of
like first DCEU theatrical R rating.
yeah.
So yeah, for me though, I actually enjoyed it when I first saw it, and I remember we watching it a lot, either on HBO or whenever when I bought the Blu-ray.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, the casting, the character, uh, like uh, like others like Black Mask,
Mm-hmm.
and I really can.
You like him? Okay.
And and anything else? Nope, that's it. So let's pray gonna put it underneath. Good.
Good?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Alright, so now we're in my top 3 of my DCU list. So from 4 to 11, it ranges from good to I hate, which was number 11. But now number 3, 2, and 1 are to me great, my favorites, and I've seen them countless times. Alright, so at number 3 we have Shazam. I added some extra ump to it because there's an exclamation point in the title because it's Shazam. And this is Zachary Levi's debut as a superhero in the DC. He was originally in Thor the Dark World. Forget his character's name. But with that being said, I think the capture of Billy Batson, that the way that they portrayed and this take on him, I think is really fun. And the Shazam family. What I love about this film, two things. The family part foremost. I think the family element of, him going into an adoption foster care home and just basically, since he's a kid that's been on his own for years, obviously he was resistant to being part of this family, but towards the end of the film and ultimately at the end of the film, we see that he embraces his family and that obviously they embrace him as their own. And I think that's a really beautiful type of story. I think that needs to be told because there are kids out there who are in his situation, Billy Batson, and who, feel overlooked in society. And I think, the story captures that. And I really enjoy that the way that they portrayed it. And then obviously, Zachary Levi as actual Shazam is fun, colorful. I love his suit, and I love his upgraded suit for Shazam 2 that we're gonna see in March. And I can't say anything more than this for this movie because it's really fun. It really is really fun. I think that's the element of this movie is fun. So at number 3, Shazam.
Okay, so number 3 is of course Aquaman.
Okay.
So yeah, the movie though is pretty good. Like the visuals, its effects, really good in the cinematography.
Yeah, you know. Mm-hmm.
And of course, what else? The vibrance in the Atlantis, really good as well.
Yeah.
Like story, I do think the story is good. And so yeah, everything else about it is really good. And I'm gonna put this film underneath a great movie.
A great movie. That's
yeah.
Awesome. All right, so now that we're on Aquaman, I'll go ahead and get into it again because at number 2 for me is Aquaman. Everything Ralphie said plus more. The vibrance, Atlantis, I think the way that it's portrayed, I think it's amazing. All right, so now a couple of things that I thoroughly love about this movie. One, Black Manta. I love the portrayal of Black Manta in this film and the origin of how he ultimately became the Black Manta that we know from the comics. It's straight from the comics. It is a little bit of alterations, but it's still, he blames Aquaman for the death of his father, and now he's out for blood. And him being a pirate, being, a rogue character, I think is super dope. Now going into Arthur Curry, Aquaman, I think Jason Momoa's portrayance of this character, I believe it's like he's he's one of my favorite DCU characters. He's been in the news the last couple of days about whether or not he's going to continue to be Aquaman. He said, and I quote, "I will forever be Aquaman," unquote. We will see how he meant that. If he meant legacy-wise, like, I'm going to forever be Aquaman even though I'm not going to play him again. Or did he mean that literal-wise, that he's going to come back as Aquaman? We will see. But about the 2018 film, I love the suit that he gets at the end of the film. I wish I had that suit, on display right here because I love his Aquaman suit. And the last few months, I've been on an Aquaman kick, right, Ralphie?
Yeah.
I've been reading his comics. I've been watching the animated shows. I've been watching this movie over and over again. I have a couple of Aquaman figures. There's a couple I'm gonna order. I've fallen in love with this character because of this film and because of the portrayal of Aquaman. And I really really enjoyed this film. I've seen it a bunch, and I watched it yesterday because I wanted to watch it again. So at number 2 for me is Aquaman. All right, Ralphie, what's your number 2?
The Suicide Squad.
There you go.
Directed
sir.
by James Gunn.
Yes, sir.
So the Suicide Squad though, this has gotta be one of the best DCEU film I ever seen.
Yeah.
Like the vibrant and still the casting, everything about it, it's really good. And it's even better than the 2016 Suicide Squad.
Oh my gosh, 100% better.
How much percent?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, 100 times better.
100 times better. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, with this Suicide Squad though, like the story, the pacing, the characters, everything, it's good.
Yeah.
And then, so yeah, I'm gonna give this film like the best.
The best.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. So for me at number 1, before we get into number 1, since you said James Gunn,
Yeah.
you remind me that we don't have Peacemaker on our list.
Yeah, but I was actually
we forgot about Peacemaker.
Even though it's a TV series.
It's a TV series, yeah. So with that being said, I'm gonna call an audible right now, and I'm gonna move Aquaman. I'll keep Aquaman at 2. I'll keep Shazam at 3, and I'll put Peacemaker at number 4. I'll do Peacemaker in my number 1 right now, so I can just get them. Go ahead and talk about them real quick. Peacemaker. What can I say about this show? I think John Cena put on his best performance of his acting career. I think that James Gunn wrote an incredible story, beautiful story. You know what? Screw it. Peacemaker is number 2 for me. Man, I'm making things up on the spot, Ralphie, because I forgot about Peacemaker.
Yeah.
And now that I'm going through it, I'm revisiting all the moments in that show. So the show came out 2022, and it came out, January, right?
Yeah, like a year already.
It already came out. It's been a year since it came out, at least the series premiered. And it is still the most... That scene with him thinking about his brother and him basically drinking away his sorrows and having his panic attack, and the music of House of Pain by the Pussycats playing in the background, that scene is still the hardest to make me cry last year for film and TV. I absolutely love Peacemaker. All right, so now speaking of James Gunn and Peacemaker,
yeah,
I'm gonna go into my number 1. And my number 1, I'm sure you probably already guessed it. It is The Suicide Squad. 2021's The Suicide Squad. Starring Harley Quinn, Bloodsport, Polka Dot Man, Peacemaker, King Shark, Ratcatcher. Hopefully I'm not forgetting anybody.
Oh yeah.
I'm not forgetting anybody. Yes. What can I say about this film? I've seen it the most out of all the DCEU movies. I've seen it literally, and I'm not exaggerating when I say this. I think probably well over 20 times, probably even 25 times. And it's only been out since towards the end of 2021. I think just the colors, the fight sequences, the goriness, and it doesn't shy away from it. I think James Gunn is my favorite writer, is my favorite director right now in the game. And he captures this movie what I imagine to be the perfect superhero film. It's in my top 3 all-time superhero films. That's a whole other list. But man, the Suicide Squad I absolutely love, and I can't wait to see what he's gonna do with those characters. I know it's a whole thing, what's gonna happen with them, but selfishly speaking, I want them to come back. But that's number 1 for me, the Suicide Squad.
So before I go for number 1, I'm gonna talk about Peacemaker very quick.
Cool, go ahead.
So Peacemaker though, this gotta be like one of the great DC live action series of 2022.
Yeah.
Like, of course, it's on the same level alongside with the Suicide Squad.
Uh-huh.
Like the story, how they portray the characters, everything else about it is really good. And so yeah, Peacemaker gonna put on the label of the best as label.
Okay.
Okay, and now let's get on to number one.
Ralphie's number one. It is. Drum roll, please.
Shazam.
Boom.
So yeah, like the story, the portray, everything what they did with this and the vibe, cinematography.
There you go.
Everything about it is really good for a Shazam movie.
Yeah.
And right now, I am really looking forward for the sequel. Like legitimate hype for the sequel.
Yeah, same here. I'm excited for it as well.
So yeah, and like when I first saw the movie though, like after to finish watching the movie, doing the first time, it's a really good DCU movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, like again, the pacing, the story, the portray, the characters, everything about it, it's good.
You like it?
Yeah.
You love it. I love Shazam as well.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put a label as a good DCEU movie. Like, not the best DCU.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused because he said the other two behind it are the best, and the Shazam is good. Wait, but it's your favorite?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'm a little confused, Ralphie.
Okay.
It's okay. But I get what you're saying.
Okay.
I get what you're saying.
So yeah, I think that's it though. So let's get on to the number of rank.
The number ranking? What do you mean? Like for each one?
Yeah. Is it like 10 out of 10 or?
Oh, okay. Well, I'll do it really fast because we're already at 36 minutes.
You know what? We're gonna put in the pen comment.
No, we'll just do it real quick. Screw it. We'll do it. Hey, we'll do it live. All right. Suicide Squad 2016. I give it a 2 out of 10. Man of Steel 2010. Man of Steel 2013. I give it a 4 out of 10. Black Adam 4 out of 10. BVS 5 out of 10. Wonder Woman 84. I give it a 6 out of 10. Wonder Woman, I give it a 7.5. For Justice League, I give it a 7.5. Birds of Prey, I give it an 8. Shazam, 8.5. Aquaman, 9.5. And then Suicide Squad, a 10.
Okay, so... Oh, yeah, and the Peacemaker?
Oh, Peacemaker, 10 as well.
Okay, so yeah. So, 2016 Suicide Squad is a 4 out of 10. BVS, a 5.30 out of 10. Man of Steel, a 5.20 out of 10. Black Adam, 5 out of 10. Zack Snyder Justice League, a 7 out of 10. Wonder Woman, a 7 out of 10. Sweden Justice League, a 6 out of 10. Wonder Woman 84, a 6 out of 10. Birds of Prey, a 7 out of 10. Aquaman, an 8 out of 10. The Suicide Squad, 10 out of 10. Shazam, 9 out of 10. And Peacemaker, a 10 out of 10.
Okay. A little confusing towards the end. You gave Suicide Squad a 10. You gave Shazam a 9.
I'm at 10.
Okay,
because I was rushing.
It's okay. It happens.
Hey.
I'm like, your numbers are off. But it's okay. It's your list.
Yeah, I guess.
I understand.
I'm kind of rushing myself to do it.
Okay. All right, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and comment down. We want to see y'all's list. Please comment below your favorite movies from the DCEU. Until next time, guys. I'm Chris
And Ralph.
Peace.